Hi, my name is Rakesh Singh and I welcome you on this jQuery video session. Thank you so much for joining Naresh IT Technologies video session. In today's video session, we are going to discuss jQuery Selector part 5. In earlier video session, we have discussed till part 4 and we have been discussed about ID selector, element selector, class selector as well as multiple selector. Now we have time to discuss about all selector in jQuery. All selector means how to select all the elements of the HTML document, or you can say how to select all the elements which are children elements of any parent element, or you can say how to select all the descendant elements of any certain element. That is what called as all selector in jQuery. So this discussion we are going to start with the all selector, and all selector is going to represent with the what? Star. Star means entire elements whichever available into the HTML document, or it is available into any specific parent element which you are finding as children element, or you can say descendant elements means top to bottom hierarchy of that particular parent element. So let us start. This selector, which is called all selector, is belong to jQuery selector basic category, and it is used to select all the elements of HTML DOM, means document object model, means for the HTML document. And the basic syntax of this selector to select all the elements of HTML DOM, we use jQuery selector function with the selector expression called star, or we may use shorthand notation of jQuery selector function which is called what? $of star. It is going to also select all the elements of HTML document. So either we use jQuery selector function, either we use shorthand notation of jQuery selector function is called what is a $. Here star meaning is what? Star meaning is nothing but all elements, and it is directly mentioned in double quotes open, double quotes close, right? It means all the elements of HTML document. But in this we have different variations, we will discuss with examples. The all or universal selector is extremely slow except when it is used by itself. Now we will see the example, right? So first example, look at here, $of star. If I write, so it's very simple, is going to select all the elements of HTML documents. So whenever we may need to perform any such action, or you can say such operation to the entire HTML document elements, not to specific one element, then you must use all selector in jQuery, which is going to be presented with the star symbol. Sometimes get requirement that no, don't perform any operation, or you can say that perform any action to the entire HTML document elements. Then what we may require? We may require to perform operation to all the elements which are the children elements of any specific parent element, rather than performing the operation to the entire HTML document. So for that purpose we use this one. Like see, I am using here what? $div, right? It is going to select all the elements which are matched by div. But here mention what is that? Angle bracket, right, greater than symbol with the what? Star. It means what is it? It is looking for all the elements which are children element of each element matched by div. Means in the your HTML document, in each div element, whichever elements are present, those all elements are represented as children elements, and those elements need to select. So you must write what is that? $of div angle bracket greater than symbol, what is it? Star. It means it selects all the elements which are children element of each element matched by div. Means in each div element looking for all the elements which are available as children element, and on that any action can be performed. That is a one requirement. You may have requirement of that, no, I want to select all the children elements. Does not matter that elements are type of paragraph or span tag or input element or unordered list or order list, no. Any HTML elements, means all the HTML elements which are children of a specific one element with an ID of any specified ID. So in this example, if you look at here, what I am using, dollar of hash div1 angle bracket of star means what? This star means all the elements. Because of this angle bracket, it is going to represent as the children elements of one element which is specified with the id attribute, what value? Div1. Means in each div element looking for what? Children elements. Here looking all the children elements, not into each div element, into one element which uses an id of what is a div1. So we can use like this. Now here observe that I am using the combination of multiple selector which we have discussed in the previous video session, nothing but part 4. What we have been discussed, p comma hash div1 angle bracket what is star means, first of all it selects all the element matched by what is that? P, paragraph, fine. After comma, this is the second selector. So this selector expression using two selector, one is a before comma, one is a after comma. So before comma, what is the mention over here? P means it selects all the element matched by P. After comma means as well as it also selects all the elements which are children element due to this star of one element with an idea what is a div1. It means it is going to indicate that we are using two selector. First selector available with the P, it selects all the paragraph elements as well as all the elements which are children of one element with an id of div1. Now the last example you can look at that here. We are using here class selector div dot my class means what? It selects element matched by div with a class of my class. But in this selector it is also mentioned space star means what? It selects all the elements, star means all the elements, right? So it selects all the elements that are descendant of each element matched by div with a class of what is that? My class. So it is not going to select div with my class, it is going to select all the elements due to this star which are descendant of each element matched by what is it? This div, and the div must have a class of what is it? My class. So they are the different variation to use all selector in order to select all the elements of HTML document, entire HTML document, or all the elements of any one parent element with the id attribute value, right? You can use combination of all elements as well as multiple selector, combination of class selector along with what is it? Nothing but descendant elements. So in this variations we can use these all different examples. Now allow me to show you the practically this all example how it is going to use and see the output whether it is going to come or not. So for this purpose we are going to use what is it? Visual Studio, in which I have developed one project, and in the project I have my HTML document, the name called what is it? HTML page.html. In this HTML page document I am having the previous video session HTML document content. This is my HTML document content is present now, right? Very clearly you can see that available with the one div which I have id of div1. In that I have one element called as a paragraph, it has id of p1. It has one more paragraph with the class of what is it? My class. It has one div element, this div element again containing their children element what? Paragraph, right? This div is closed, outer div is closed. We have in body section one paragraph, one span, line break, another span element, and one more p elements. Like this our HTML document is available with the different elements. Now what my requirement is, if I go with the first example, dollar of star, right? Suppose requirement comes to count how many HTML document elements are available. So all the elements if you want to count, including the body tag, HTML tag, every tag, right? So what will be writing that here in document.ready, before that there is a script file reference is already I have added, and as a document ready then we would like to perform. Simply we want to count how many HTML document elements are there. So it will count with HTML also, head, title, this is script, this body, every elements are going to count. So if you write simply dollar of what is it? Star, it is going to select all the HTML element which is available in HTML document, and dot what is it? Length. This length must be displayed into the alert box. So here I am using the JavaScript function what alert, and I just want to give a one message number of like this message to display plus $star.length. So you are using the JavaScript alert function number of elements, and in that we are going to concatenate to select all the elements of HTML document, and whatever all the elements are returned, count how many elements are there by using the property called what length. So we'll see how many elements are going to present. So not only these HTML body elements are going to count, including body, including head, including HTML, or whatever the elements are present onto the HTML document, entire elements are going to be selected, and that going to count by using the what property length, and is going to display with a number of elements text message into the JavaScript alert box. So now save it, right click on the page and just click on the view in browser. Once the browser is going to launch and in the HTML document is going to be ready, then it is showing what is it number of elements, how many 16. So total number of elements how much present 16 in the HTML document, including these all elements what you have mentioned plus additional elements like HTML, head, title, body, script, these also going to be count, and then going to show number of elements are 16. So this is the one head HTML, right? This is another called what head, right? In this we have one title, that is a one script, this script, right? After that this is the body is going to be happen here. So this HTML element, that is a 1, head 2, title 3, script 4, another script what is that 5, right? Script close, head close, right? Body 6. Now we have div, that is a 1, 7, right? We have paragraph, that is what 8, one paragraph 9, this is the 10, this is the 11, right? We have 12, span 13, br what is it 14, span 15, this paragraph class what is it 16. So this as per now HTML document containing total 16 HTML element which are selected and counted by using the what length property. If you want to implement the second example, what requirement is, do not select all the elements of HTML document, select all the elements which are children of each element matched by what is a div, means in each div look at all the children elements and on that perform some action. So what I am going to do here now, my requirement is, right, dollar of what is a div, angle bracket what is it star, means it looks for all the elements which are children by using this angle bracket of the each element matched by div, and on those elements I want to perform some action. What is it CSS of, I just wanted to use what is it color, right, and the color I am going to apply with the red color. So my simple requirement is what perform the one action, what action apply CSS, which what color with the what red, to which element, all the elements which are children of each element matched by what is a div. So if you look at the HTML document in body section, this is the one div available, yes. In this div, right, we have what are the children element, this div is open and this div is closed. Now in this is the one children, 1, 2 children, right, and this is the word 3 children. But this paragraph has content, this is the first paragraph in div 1, yes. This paragraph also has content, yes. So this will come with the red color, this will come with the red color. This div does not have any content, this div has inner element, that is a paragraph, this is the child, but this child for also whom, for this div. So here what I have given, all children element of each div, it means these 2 children of this div, this is also children of this div, and again this div has children, what is it, this paragraph. So this paragraph also will be applied with what is it, red color. Now this paragraph is not children of div, this paragraph is direct defined into what body. So this is not going to be select, this also not select, this also not select, this also no selection, this also no selection. Then what selection, this 2 paragraph plus this, what is it, this is my third, this paragraph inside inner div of div 1, 3 elements are going to select. So in order to check how many elements selected, count also I want to do that, so the more clearer to you. So before apply the action CSS, I also want to display counting number of elements. So same thing what I am writing here now, alert, okay, and right, what I am writing, number of elements, just for make you to understand, is not required to write, plus, and same selector here I am writing this one. This is just for testing purpose, okay now, dot length. So before this line of code execute, this line of code is going to execute, and in this line of code also same selector I have written, but here I am not applying any CSS, I am just counting the what number of items by using the length property, semicolon, right. So once I run this, as soon as document is ready, count how many elements are children elements into each element matched by what is it, div. As per our discussion, we found how many elements, 3 elements, which are length. So not only 3, right, this is the 1, 2, right, these 3, div is the children of what is it, this div, and again in this div, what is the children of this div, that is a paragraph. So based upon this it is going to count. So look at what is going to come that. So if you observe here now, so what displayed, number of elements, what is it, 4. Why? Because just now I told you this 1, 2, this div also children element. So 1, 2, 3 children elements of the first div, and again for this div I have one more children element, that is what, 1. So 3 plus 1, how many, 4 elements. But CSS color red is going to appear to only this paragraph, and this paragraph. So it will looks like only 3, but is having 4. Applying color to 4 because applying to this div also color red, but this div does not have any text content. That's what not appearing here. In this div, the text content belong to what, paragraph. So color red will be always appear to text content only. That's what it will display to only 3. So save it now. Come down to here, click on the OK. You can observe. This is the first paragraph in div1, this is second paragraph in div1, this is third paragraph inside inner div of div1. So by seeing this, you are finding the how many elements, only 3 elements, but in reality how many elements, 4 elements, and that's what I have shown you, length, number of elements about 4 found, but color applying to only 3 elements, applying to 4 but appearing only 3 because the div does not have any text content. In order to make you to understand more clearer, right, I just do here what, this div I will use one text content, plain text content. Suppose I am writing hello, this is inner div, this is inner div, simple. So it is going to apply to this div also because this div is a children element. Whenever apply to this div also, color what, red. So this div has text content, yes. So now this text content will be appear into what, red color. So now you can say that yes, it is applying to how many element, 4 element. So save it, come down, just refresh this page. You can observe number of elements, how many selected, 4 elements, fine. Click on the OK. You can observe that red color apply to how many elements, 1, 2, 3, and what is it, 4 elements. So there is no confusion for this particular example. That's what I have written the code like this, right, counting number of elements selection and applying the what, CSS to the particular all elements which are children element of what is it, each element matched by div. Now in a similar fashion we go for the next example, this one, $hash of div1 angle bracket greater than symbol star. So this also for what, children element, but right now in this example it is going to select all the elements which are children of not each element matched by div, is going to find out all the elements which are children elements of one element that has an ID of what is it, div1. So see the example code now. Here I have one div. What is the ID available, div1. So if I mention here number of elements hash div1, it is what kind of selector? Already we have discussed in earlier video session, is a ID selector. So this in the select expression I am using the word angle by star, means all the elements which are children element of one ID selector, then which is available with what name, div1, counting the length, and applying the CSS color red also to only those elements which are children elements of one element has an ID of div1. See here what I mentioned, just simply hash div1, right, save it. Now you observe here our HTML document. Before running the application, let us discuss about that. This is a div element with what ID, div1, fine. In this children element, So this is the one children, this is another children, and this is another children. These all are not children of div with ID of div1. These all are children of what is that? This div. But here I have what I mentioned, children of not each div, children of one element with an ID of what is that? Div1. So 1, 2 and what is 3 elements. On 3 element going to apply what color? Red color. So this text will come with the red color, right? This text will also come with the red color, and this children element selected which also has one text content. Hello, this is what? Inner div. So this also must be appear into what color? Red color. So now save it, run this page in a browser and just look at that. Number of elements, how much found? 3. So as per our discussion, based upon the HTML document, it is correct result? Yes. Click on OK. You can observe. This is the first paragraph in div1. This is second paragraph in div1. Also apply with the color red. Hello, this is inner div. Yes. I forgot to tell you. Right. This also will apply with the red color. Why? Because right, you are applying the color red, text color red to the children element. So this children element, this children element and this children element. This children element, whatever it contain the text, one is a direct text, one is a text with the help of paragraph. So color red will apply on whole div children. So in this whatever text contents are there, all text content will come with the what color? Red color. But if you change the CSS property, not color, suppose you change what is a border, then see the difference. 2 pixel, right? Solid red. So we are applying what is that? Border with 2 pixel solid red. To which element? All the elements which are children of one element with what ID? Div1. Right. So this is the children element. Yes. Will be applied with what? One border. This is also children element. Yes. Apply with the border. This is the children element. Yes. So this will apply with the one border. But in this div element, border not come to this paragraph. Border coming to what? Div. Means these all content are inside div and border coming to div, but not coming to what is it? Paragraph, because this paragraph is not selected. This div is selected. But whenever we apply here color, only color red, then applying to this and applying to this. But whenever end user is going to observe, they are finding that this text coming in the red color and this text also coming in the red color. So they feel that this is also selected. No, this is not selected, only selected this div. But as color red applied to the text, so whatever text is available inside div, all text come with the what? Red color. So text color red applying to div, not to the what? Paragraph. But as these all are inside the div, so automatic all the text come in the what? Red color. So in order to make you to not get doubt, not get any confusion, that's why I'm changing the property what? Border. So it's very clear to us that this border is applying to only children element. So applying to this, applying to this, applying to this outer div, not to the what is that? This paragraph which is the children of this div. But I am selecting here what? Children of only one element which has an ID of what is that? Div1. So save it now, run this page in a browser. Again, number of elements how many? 3. And see the border will be applied to how many elements? Only 3. The 3 borders should come. You can count it. Right. This is the one border. This is the second border. And this is third border. See the border coming to what? Div outer level, not to the inner what is this paragraph, because this element is not selected. Only children element of div1 is selected. And those elements are only 3 elements. So I hope you have been understood very clearly. Now let's go to the next example. What we have is $p comma hash div1 angle bracket star. So this is the combination of what? Multiple selector. Yes, it selects all the elements matched by paragraph of which element? Div1. So how it is going to happen? You observe that. Here I am changing double quotes what is a p comma hash div1 angle bracket star. Here I am changing what? P comma hash of div1 angle bracket star. So here is going to count what? Number of elements what selected, and here is going to apply what is it? CSS. Either apply only color, either apply border, no problem. Now observe that. You are selecting all the children element of one element with an ID of div1 as well as all the element matched by paragraph. So if you find out this one, first this one, right? So in this case, all the paragraph. So this is the paragraph, does not matter where it is defined, right? 1, 2, this is the 3, this is 4, and this is one more, what is it? 5 paragraph, as well as all the elements which are children of what is it? Div1. So this is the one children, this is the one children, and this div is a one children. How many? 3. In this 3, these 2 are already selected, that is a common. So this is the one extra, nothing but 5 plus 1, what is it? 6. So check it, how many number of elements coming. So view in a browser, you observe number of elements, how many? You can observe that 6, right? Because those 2 paragraph is a common in previous selection also. So it's not going to count with a plus 1 extra, is going to count only common only. So 2 already common, so that is not going to count. Div is 1 extra, so 5 plus 1, how many? 6. So on this 6 element is going to apply what is it? CSS, border 2 pixels solid red. It means we are expecting how many borders? 6 border. So click on OK. Just count it. First one border, 2, this is the one outer level, observe, from here to till here is outer level 3. Again in this one paragraph is there, that is inside what is it? 4, right? And one is what? This one 5, and this is what? 6. So it is selecting all the elements which are children of each element matched by div as well as all the elements matched by paragraph wherever it is defined. It means this is the using combination of multiple selector as well as all elements of the one parent element which has an ID of div1. Now in similar to this, we have one more example, that is a last example in which I am using the class. What I have mentioned, div.myClass is space star. We have discussed in earlier video session. With space is always look for a descendant element. Means that element is defined into the any parent element in any level of hierarchy, any inner level, it is going to count into all inner level till the top to bottom closing hierarchy. So here div.myClass star, right? So what I am going to do that. Here I am having one div, fine, but there is no class, right? So here for testing purpose, what I do that, I do not have any HTML div element with the class of my class. I have paragraph with the class of my class. So here just I do that div class equals to my class for testing purpose. Observe there. In my HTML document, I have done some changes. This outer level div, I am using the one class equals to my class. Now I do here changes. I just write here what is it? Div dot my class. Fine. Div dot my class. Spelling mistake and case sensitive, you must care. Means all the elements of each element matched by div with the what class? My class. Here also I am doing changes. Div dot my class space star. Fine. Here I am counting number of element what selected to make you to understand, no confusion should come. And here I am trying to apply the actual operation, and in this example my actual operation is what? Simply apply the CSS with what property? Border 2 pixel thickness, style solid, and color what is it? Red. Before we run this page, let's discuss and find out what result is going to come. Div.myClass, so find out. This is a div, yes. Has class, yes. With what class? My class. So this is the what? Selected. Fine. Do you have any other div with the class of my class? No. So this div is opening here, and this is the what? Closing here. From this level to this level, whatever inside level elements come, those all elements are descendant elements. Right. So here what I am looking? I am looking for all elements that are descendant of this element. So this 1, 2, 3, and this is what? 4. But point to note, the one more available, not element, available what? Text content. So if you run it this page, you can find out what expected result is going to come. Number of elements, how many? 4. Why 4? Because very simple. From this level opening to this closing level, all the elements are called descendant elements. Does not matter they are direct children or that is defined into number of inner level of the elements. So counting 4 is coming result. So this is the 1, fine. This is the 1, 2. This is the div 3, right? And this is the what? Paragraph. So this hello, this is the inner div, is a text content of div. So this is already div selected. So 1, 2, 3 plus in this div I have one more element, what? P. So from this top to this closing tag, in any level of the elements available, those are called what is a descendant element. So how many elements are there? 4 elements. So if I write the jQuery selector something like this, it is going to find out all the elements which are descendant of each div element with the class of my class. So according to current HTML document what I have here, it is going to find out how many elements? 4 elements. So on 4 element border should be applied with the 2 pixel solid and what? Red. So save it, come back, click on the OK. You can see that 4 border is going to appear. Yes, this is the one border. This is the second border and this is the one outer border here, from here to here is outer 3, and inside this one element there, apply border, what is it? 4. So how many elements are selected with the border? 4 elements. So this is all about today video session. Nothing but all selectors in jQuery which we are representing with the what? Star. Either select all the elements of entire HTML document, either select all the elements which are children of any specific element with an ID of some ID value, or each element match with a specific element type. Either select all the elements which are a descendant element of any other element. So based upon this we have done these many examples. So practice on these all examples, check it whether you are getting or not the result, same like what we have discussed in our video session. Thanks for watching jQuery video session. Keep watching Naresh IT Technologies video session. And please subscribe more, like, and please give your valuable feedback in the form of comment. Thank you very much.